So you imagine you fly in a single-seater cockpit alone, 9,000 meters altitude. You look at the sun, it's your only source of energy. And when you look at your big propellers on both sides of the cockpit, they are turning with no noise, no pollution, no fuel, and you can fly forever. And at this moment, I was thinking, wow, I'm in the future. You know, it's a science fiction movie. And not at all. It was what the current technologies allow us to do today. I have the graphic shown by the airplane industry explaining and proving why solar impulse is impossible. And nevertheless, I did it. The rules are very often wrong. The rules are just the reflection of what we believe today. But tomorrow we might believe something different and the rule will change. So we have to be very, very curious. We need to go outside of the box, outside of the rules. We have to look at everything. And I think a company can encourage curiosity by showing the example. You cannot have curious employees if the management is squarehead, allowing no mistake, allowing nothing out of the rules. You need to encourage. You know, explorers are people who break the rules. This is why there were airplanes flying, although it was proven that heavier than air could not fly. And my curiosity brings me to trying to find other ways of thinking and changing the narrative. Changing the narrative. For 50 years, the narrative of ecology was to protect the environment in a boring and expensive way. Saying it's a threat for mobility, it's a threat for comfort, we will reduce economical growth, reduce what people have, reduce their way of life. And this has led nowhere. The situation is worse today than it was 50 years ago when this narrative started. So of course we have to change the narrative. And for me, ecology and protection of the environment has to be exciting. It has to be profitable, it has to create jobs. Technology is nothing without the human beings, without the values you give to technology. With technology, you can destroy the world or save the world. It's the human being who makes the difference. If you digitalize the world, on one hand, you consume more energy, you consume more natural resources, and you end up with a huge waste of resources and everything. On the other hand, with digitalization, you can become more efficient by allowing to save energy because you put energy at the right place. Natural resources can be followed and traced in order to be used the most intelligent way and places. So you see, you have both things open. If you are oriented with a mindset of doing better, with the mindset of being sustainable, then you will use all the digitalization in a much better way, but also in a much clever way. If you have a data center on the Arctic Circle, cooled down by nature, you lose the weight, you lose the heat. You lose completely the heat. You need to put the data centers close to the cities in order to heat the cities with the energy of the data center, with the heat of the data center. You have to make new type of chips that are much more efficient. Today, you can almost divide by 2 the energy used by IT, just with the type and the quality of the chips, the quality of the instrument. So this is what I mean by improving efficiency. If the result is less energy used, less natural resources used, less pollution, less waste, then if you can do it in a profitable way, you make a complete win-win. So you had a lot of reluctancy. You had the economical world saying, it's too expensive to be clean, too expensive to protect the environment. Today, it is cheaper to protect the environment than to destroy it. I think this is the big paradigm shift that we had in the last years.